I tell my sons, I'm like, yo, I say, if you're going somewhere, you don't have to wear a hoodie, and we live in New York, so hoodies and all that is all good. But sometimes button up your shirt, clean up, look like a young man. You're not a little kid, you know what I mean? So I think that's another big issue we gotta pay attention to is the image that we portray that could invoke a fear to a white officer or to any officer.
Corner. It's standing on the corner. It can't speak English. It doesn't want to speak English. I can't even talk the way these people talk. Why you ain't where you is? Go where? I don't know who these people are. And I blamed the kid until I heard the mother talk. And then I heard the father talk. This is all in the house. Everybody knows it's important to speak English, except these knuckleheads. You can't land a plane with why you ain't where. You can't be a doctor with that kind of crap coming out of your mouth.
AAVE, the definition of AAVE. So when I use it, I don't think of AAVE being a separate language from English. And so AAVE specifically, if you refer to like the dual hypothesis, is that there's AAVE is made up of two components. Mm-hmm. So there's basic standard English, and then you have this sliver of components that make AAVE unique and special. Okay, and that is what I refer to when you say AAVE. So mm-hmm. African American Vernacular English refers to those types of features. So it's a language variety. It's a language variety just like New Yorker English or Southern varieties of English that are spoken, or even Boston dialects. It's a language variety that people use that unfortunately doesn't have a whole lot of language prestige, but it's absolutely beautiful. And again, my mother tongue. So
Ask or ask. Woo!
I need all of you right now on the count of three to say ask. On three. 1, 2, 3. Yes. The K sound comes at the end. The S sound comes in the middle. But what do people say? Ask. The Black community is losing countless children. Parents aren't correcting children. Teachers who are supposed to teach aren't correcting children. I've got a serious problem with that.
I didn't think it was very credible, but I felt very sorry for her. Wasn't a good witness.
Did you find it hard at times to understand what she was saying?
A lot of the times. Because a lot of the times she was using phrases I have never heard before and what they meant.
Points in the trial, like the one point at which she says, when she was asked by the prosecution, could you hear what was being said when Trayvon was on the ground with Zimmerman, and she said, I couldn't, and it was Trayvon. Like, could you hear who it was that was screaming? He said, I couldn't, it was Trayvon. And the transcript of that deposition, which is not the same as the court transcript, said, I couldn't hear Trayvon. So it's a complete opposite. She's saying, yes, I could hear. And the transcript says, no, I couldn't hear. And in fact, that turns out to be a major part of the trial because the defense attorneys were trying to show that she was lying, that they were trying to impeach her testimony. As it turns out, they weren't successful in doing that. But we think that a lot of what she said was absolutely crucial. It was the complete opposite in many cases of what Zimmerman claimed. Trayvon Martin wasn't around himself to tell his side of the story, so she was the closest proxy to Trayvon Martin. So with witnesses, you can't cherry pick them. You can't say, I like how this person speaks, I like how this person looks, and I'm going to then pick them to be my witness. You have to take what you get. And looking at the ways in which her testimony seemed to be both misunderstood and disbelieved makes us wonder about a number of African Americans and other dialect speakers whose stories, so to speak, are not either heard or believed in courts, and also in schools and workplaces and elsewhere because of these dialect differences.
our detriment. Like, the food deserts are killing us.
If you go to the white people neighborhood, they got markets here, markets there.
Access to healthy food is a racial and health equity issue.